They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Murder beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Grape colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Miami Dolphins. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, but it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready? 55. Eat. You got nothing to run. You got nothing. Check safety.
Looking to throw. Herbert. This complete to Jones. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. For big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On the carry, it's Jackson, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
To throw on second down, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll run with Jackson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Justin Jackson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Second down and inches. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Strip that ball. Yep,
Off the play fake. Herbert. Looking deep for Julio. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Julio Jones. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he finds Parker here, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's see what you got.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Chargers 14, Dolphins 7.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Jim. Let's go. Come on. In your face.
Back to throw. Brought in over the middle by Glenn. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
Down. 15 lining. 15 lining. Just like that.
2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal.
Hey, wahoo!
Off play action. Herbert escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
The penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. 3rd and goal.
Hey. 4 down. I got 11. He's mine.
Go, fight!
Toss play to Jackson. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in, announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. Oh, he slipped right by him. Oh, he sheds himself free. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Linval Joseph. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now back to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
60 outlaw. Hey, watch the slant. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check 4, check 4. Ready.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On first down, it's Jackson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
Recon, 132 fighter. Go.
They'll go with a keeper. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
6-6, pull it high, shoot.
On 2nd down, it's Jackson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Justin Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And he coughed it up and picked up by the Chargers. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put...
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Julio Jones. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 33. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
Watch tight. Tight is right.
Now Jackson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays, have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Mark 55. Mark 55. Go. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Herbert, he'll rifle this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. On the run, this is Jackson. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the Dolphins' 4-yard line.
Let's go.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go. Clear. Down.
They run again with Jackson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Badgley's kick is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And this is Parker, complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
But it's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to let one go, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give, right side. Jackson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Back
Back to throw. Herbert, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
Now it's Jackson. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ready? 30 base.
Stop your whining.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
56. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
They'll begin the drive with penalty. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
You better bring it. Mike 56. Mike 56. Go. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
They're going to look to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Dolphins first down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll drop the throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Here we go. 56. 56. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put him.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Grant. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 44-yard line. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. This is Breida on the draw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Miami first down. That one going for a gain of 11.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's a second and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
It's complete to Graham. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll look to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Matt Breida there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Sanders now to add the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run again with Jackson. They find some open field here. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 48 yards.
1st down, Chargers.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert rolling to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. 2nd and 9 now. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep here for Parker. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They throw again on second down. This one's complete. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Here we go. Check.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. Back to throw. Herbert, he's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
You draw Parker.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Joey Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball. Get that ball.
They'll run on 1st down. Jackson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You got it.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for our visitors, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.